I read this book once that said every great man had experienced at least 3 complete disasters. I also read this study that proved that the ability to overcome misfortune was the single greatest asset for success. Then I read this article that said God never closes a door without opening a window. What it didn't say was that the window was on the other side of the world. There are 3 things that every American knows about Singapore. First of all, it's in China. Second, it's illegal to chew gum. And third, they caught that American kid spray painting graffiti back in the 90s, and they caned him. When I arrived at the airport, I decided to play it cool. When I got to immigration, though, all they really wanted to know is if I had a fever or a history of visiting South American farms. The immigration officer's eyes were like a snake, or maybe a wolf. Or maybe, actually they were just brown. Her name was Binu. Binu there, dunu that, I said. Welcome to Singapore, she said. Have a mint. Just so you know, Singapore isn't in China. The nearest Chinese city is almost 2,000 miles away, and you have to travel through 4 other countries to get there. Furthermore, it's not illegal to chew gum, it's illegal to sell it. Because when they opened the new subway system in 1994, prankish teenagers were stalling the trains by pushing gum into the electric eyes of the doors. Singaporean solution? Don't sell gum. And as for caning that kid, well, it's hard to get behind the idea of whipping a teenager. Although my friends who have them aren't quite as bothered by it as I am. But here's a piece of advice. If you're going to spray paint cars and steal road signs, you might not want to do it in the world's largest gated community. In Singapore, the Westerners are called Ang Mos, which literally means red-haired monkeys. The word we call ourselves is expat, expatriates, people who used to have a country, who used to live somewhere, who used to be home. The first morning I woke up in Singapore, there was a tropical bird outside my window that made a noise like this. For real, for real. And I thought to myself, buddy, you got that right. I live in Singapore. For real.
Yeah, let me tell you what I'm talking about, baby. Some people call me the space cowboy, and some people call me the gangster of love. Yeah, and some people walking around calling me Maurice.
That joker is wild.
Oh God, you're a professor.
No, I locked myself out of my apartment.
You should have another key.
You should have another key.
Might suggest another key, mate. Seriously, people? Where would I put another key?
Anybody want to chime in?
There's 4 official languages.
Don't be so kepo, cat or not.
Sounds like quite the Moriarty last night.
Why don't you just tell her, stay at the YMCA lah?
Because she has a terrible cold. And I'm spastic. And could be epileptic also. Could be bird cold.
I can't be a smuggler. I'm from Minnesota.
Who's the naked American?
How'd you know I was American?
Call it a hunch.
Viper.
Now that means... I got it. It's metaphysics, really.
Oh my God, you really are a professor.
It's usually so sexy when a guy is smart.
Usually.
Yeah, usually.